Hi, Richard Brook, Acupuncturist and yoga teacher here. I'm just going to talk you through a brief energisation sequence you can do. It might last 5 or 6 minutes. It's particularly effective to do first thing in the morning after we've been asleep all night, but also if you might work in an office. Again, certain organs of the body which require stimulation and movement during the day, so if you tend to be sitting down at a computer a lot or at a desk, it's not so great for those organs. So just doing this little sequence tends to activate those organs, activates different areas of the body and breaks up tension as well. So if you want to begin, first of all, we'll just stand with our feet hip width apart. Just make sure there's no tension in your legs. Just bring your shoulders up and back, and be equally aware of your feet on the ground and also the crown of your head. So what we're doing, we're bringing our awareness and our attention back into our body, but into the full extent of our body. So we're gradually coming down out of a very thought-driven state. So during the course of the day, the left side of our brain tends to be chattering away a lot. So we're just gently going to come down out of that. So just be aware of your feet, be aware of the crown of your head, and then right in the centre of all that, just be aware of your breath as it falls into your abdomen. So obviously you can stand in this for as long as you want to. For the purposes obviously of this little short bit of video, I'm going to keep talking. So you can just stand there for a few seconds. It really does feel really relaxing though. I'm just experiencing it myself as I'm doing it, but I'll carry on. So you're going to form a loose fist with your right hand, and you can start to tap in to the top of your left shoulder into the trapezius. So that big fat bit of muscle at the top there, we tend to hold a lot of tension there. It's obviously that archetypal image that we hold the weight of the world on our shoulders. So you're just going to tap into there, just dispersing a little bit of tension. And you're doing it with as much force and whatever rhythm feels appropriate to you. You're not trying to hurt yourself, just breaking up tension. Then begin to work down the inside of your left arm and into your left hand, and then back up the outside of the left arm. So the principle here is the Chinese medicine one, that we've got different meridians or channels in the body to associate back to different organs within. So by stimulating those different channels, we're actually affecting the functioning of the organs, just waking them up, just stimulating them. So you can do that a few times, and in this case we're particularly working on the heart, small intestine, lungs, large intestine, and what's called the pericardium and triple heater, which is also another function of the heart. And then just move across and just tapping underneath your collarbone. This stimulates your lung chi, makes us feel a bit more present and awake. And then just gently swapping over to the other side, so you can take your left hand and just tapping into your trapezius at the top again. Again, just dispersing any tension from there. Might feel a bit tender sometimes depending on how stressed you are. And then again tapping down the inside of the opposite arm, stimulating the chi, and then up the outside of that arm again. So again, you can do as many circuits as this feels appropriate really. You can do it for a good 30 seconds, 40 seconds or so. And again with whatever firmness, whatever rhythm, whatever force feels congruent to your body today in this moment. Okay, we're just going to leave the arms there for a second. You might just want to give the fingers a bit of a wiggle, just to make sure they feel alive. We're just going to tap around our abdomen, stimulate our intestines. We're going to do this in the same direction as which the intestines actually flow. So you're coming up the right hand side, across the top, and then down the left hand side, and then very gently back across the bottom. So that's up the right hand side, across the top, and then down the left hand side. And again, this helps to can break up a lot of stagnation, energetic obstruction really is how we tend to perceive it in Chinese medicine. Particularly what we eat, or again if you've been sitting down all day, it can lend itself to sluggish digestion. So you can just do that a few times. Then we're going to turn around, we're just going to tap into the back. So again, forming a loose fist, you're trying to get as far up your back as you can, and just tapping either side of the spine, and then back down towards your glutes. And so with this we're stimulating the kidney energy. You also might feel it on a musculoskeletal level. It might feel a little bit tense or tight or tender. Again, particularly if our posture's not the best, in which case I'd advise coming and doing some yoga. We're also going to tap into the glutes, so we're obviously not forgetting any part of the body here. So again, loose fists and just tapping into the glute area. And then you can begin to tap down the outside of the legs. across the surface of your foot and back up the inside of the feet, and then back up the inside of your legs, and then back down again. So in this case you're stimulating your spleen and stomach, liver and gallbladder, and kidney and bladder channels. Just make sure on at least one of those circuits that you're tapping directly down the back of the leg, so then you're working down the bladder channel itself. Okay, lovely. So that completes our little circuit of the body. There's obviously one area of the body which you've missed. So if you're lucky enough to have someone around you, you could get hold of them for a second or two. You want to get someone to give you a little bit of a rub around the back of your body, around the back of the heart. Luckily here I've got a nice assistant who can just step in. So I just want to stimulate around there. Okay, that's fantastic. Thank you very much, Verity. So, in which case, if you haven't got an assistant there, then maybe you have to wait till you get home, or if you could find someone at a different time of day, just to stimulate the area of your body. After you've done that little sequence, you might find yourself spontaneously feeling a bit drawn to move. It often happens after you've woke the body up a little bit. So we'll actually do a couple of minutes of shaking as well. So this also helps to stimulate the chi in the body and break up areas of stagnation and tension. So you're just going to start by shaking into your right hand to begin with. Just see if you can isolate the actual hand to start with. And then just work up, so then you get the forearm moving as well. And if you can get your bicep and tricep moving, and then finally get your entire shoulder girdle, that trapezius moving again. So you're just shaking the entire arm, and you can really let it go quite jelly-like. You can move it out to the side or behind. And this really helps to break up stagnation within the body, especially if you do it for a little while. Obviously, again, for purposes of brevity, we'll just do it for a short period here. But after you've done it for a while, just stand still for a second and then just feel the difference between your right arm and your left arm. You might feel it all tingling and buzzing. And again, as you've moved the chi, the blood, the fluids in the arm, it feels much lighter and looser. And you can contrast that. If we'd have done that same exercise holding tension in the arm, it wouldn't have that same effect. So you can see that as a bit of a lesson. If you move your body when it's loose, it becomes energised. If the body's tense, it tends to feel dense and heavy. So we'll just do the other side now. So shaking into your left hand. And again then, so if you can just isolate the hand to start with. And shaking into the forearm, and then the bicep and tricep. And then again getting your shoulder moving, again that trapezius at the top. You can really get that whole thing moving, mobile. All that tension we tend to hold up there. So you can just do that for a few seconds. Okay, that's lovely. You might also feel by activating the arms as a relationship with the face. So if you feel like screwing your face up or moving your jaw around a little bit, that's fine too. And make sure you give your fingers a nice bit of a wiggle as well. There's lots of meridians that start and end in the fingers, so nicely stimulating those. Then we'll move on to the legs. So I'm a big fan of giving as much attention and the quality of attention to your legs as you do with your arms. It can be very easy sometimes to have the legs as a little bit of a poor relation, and we don't give them the same awareness, the same attention, the same love really, but in this case we're going to give them exactly the same quality of attention as with our arms. So you just want to stand on your left leg to start with. Just rotate the right ankle a couple of times, just wiggle your toes, just to get you right into your foot, right into your leg. And then see if you can start to shake just into your right foot to begin with. So again, first you're just trying to isolate the foot. So you might want to imagine you've got something stuck on the end of your toe that you're just trying to shake off. And let that shake start to accentuate a little bit, so you get your calf moving as well. You get your knee moving, you get your thigh moving. And then finally get that shake coming right up into your glutes as well, so you can feel a shake and a vibration passing up through your body. It's tremendous for dispersing tension, energy blocks, stagnation. Different muscle groups that become a little bit contracted tend to release. So you can just let it for a few seconds, that's tremendous. And you can place that leg back down, spend a second just feeling the difference between the one leg and the other. And then starting again on the other side. So again, see if you can isolate the foot to start with. You might want to wiggle the toes just to put your attention fully into that part of the body. You can rotate the ankle a little bit as well, and just beginning to shake into that foot. Again, putting your awareness fully in there, and then shake through into the calf as well, so the calf's moving. And then down through the knee, get your thigh shaking. And then finally get your glute moving, your buttock moving as well. Okay, that's tremendous. And then you can stop. And it's good just to stand still afterwards, just centre yourself. So you can just stand, just be aware of your feet on the ground. Be aware of the crown of your head. So the ideal with this is that you're equally as aware in your feet as you are in the crown of your head. So equally awake in all areas of the spine. We're as alive on the ground as we are all the way up the rest of the spine. So we're open, perceptual centres of the upper part of the body are open, as are the sensory centres that connect us to the earth. So just stand for a moment, feel your feet on the ground, feel the top of your head, and then right in the centre of that, just be aware of your breath. And there you go, thank you very much. Should be a nice few minutes just to wake you up during the course of the day. Thank you.